We are ripe for something like this to happen? Or how did you square the similarities
Well,
between
so,
these
okay,
two
I should
periods?
just say straight up, when I started the project, I didn't think that I was writing about today. Like, that was not really the goal. And by the way, there's nowhere in the book, as you know, where I say, hey, like, this is like this.
Right.
But as I'm writing the book, I would say, especially in the last couple of years, I'd be like, oh, okay, the tariff thing is happening. The tariff thing is happening. This idea of democratizing finance is happening. It's happening. We're going to take some of the guardrails and rules away. And you realize, by the way, in the 1920s, there were no rules. I mean, literally no rules. There was no SEC, insider trading. All these stocks are being manipulated like crazy back then. And here we are right now trying to take these rules away, trying to take transparency away.
The tech titans are meeting at the White House.
All of this, so many of the sort of same component parts of this. And also, I would argue even now with, I don't know if you call it a bubble, but sort of here we are in this sort of like AI revolution. Feels a little bit like the radio revolution. People are betting massive quantities of money using leverage, using debt, and it's happening all over again. And there's also this idea of the lottery ticket. So right now, Trump just implemented a new law that effectively is going to allow the venture capital guys and the private equity guys and the private credit guys to literally sell product to the ordinary investor for the first time. This stuff's going to end up in people's retirement accounts for the first time. Like your 401k account is now going to have access to these things, which we never allowed before because we thought it was too risky. But now we're saying it's not too risky.
And why is that happening? I don't quite understand that. Does that also have to do with the government and intel and sort of, or is that a different thing?
I think it's a different thing. I think it's the idea, and this was a very 1920s-ish idea, that the elites were making all of this money and that the ordinary, the little guy, had no access. So it is true that folks who've had access to buy shares of Uber or Facebook before they ever went public, they're the ones who made a fortune. And we created laws, by the way, after 1933, where we said, unless you have $1 million, you cannot invest in these type of private investments because we thought they were too risky. We didn't want people who didn't have enough money to be able to risk all of it. That was the concept. But in a way, there's a view today that somehow we have not just protected them from losing money, we've protected them from making money. And at the same time, we're sort of protecting the man, right? So there's this sort of subculture that's an elite that's been able to make all this money and others haven't had access. And so what I think this president is trying to do is say, we want everybody to have the lottery ticket. The thing that that worries me is when everybody has a lottery ticket, most people who have the lottery ticket lose. That is the great conundrum of the lottery.